So I had a very special delivery arrive a month ago. I saw this video on TikTok of this Etsy seller who did blind dates with the book based on your favorite Taylor Swift album. And I ordered 3. So I ordered a deluxe red Taylor's version, a regular 1989, and a regular Reputation. Now, honestly, my favorite Taylor Swift album is Red, Taylor's version. So obviously that's the one I got in deluxe. But I thought a book based off of like the vibe and like setting and everything of 1989 and Reputation would be very interesting. So that's why I got these two, even though they're not per se my favorites. And I'm so excited. I want to open them all right now, but I'm really going to try to show some restraint. But like, this is packaging for the packaging. Like, look at how cute this all is. But anyways, I think I'm going to start with 1989. This one feels a little thick. It feels thicker than like this one. But I'm going to open it up and see what we got here. I guess I have to rip it. Okay. And now look at how cute it is. It is so pretty. Like the receipt here, it has all the lists of the songs on the album, how long they are. It is just like so much detail was put into this. It's so pretty. I don't want to open it, but I'm going to right this moment. The seller had you list your Goodreads. Oh my god. So I got The Firekeeper's Daughter, which is super exciting because I wanted to read this. This has been on my TBR. I'm so excited because I think this is supposed to be like a bit of a mystery too. I'm interested to see how this will relate to 1989 because I don't know very much about this. I'm very happy though. But the sweet seller includes this as well, and you can scan it and it has like a playlist for the book, or I don't know if it's per se made for this specific book or for the album and like the vibe of it together, but I am very excited. This is going very well so far. It is a bit of a thick one though, but it's just under 500 pages. Let's see, is there a good description of it? No, there's not. Let me pull it up on Goodreads. As a biracial, unenrolled tribal member and the product of a scandal, Deunis Fontaine, I'll have to look up how to pronounce that, has never quite fit in, both in her hometown and on the nearby Ojibwe reservation. When her family is struck by tragedy, she puts her dreams on hold to care for her fragile mother. The only blind spot is meeting Jamie, the charming new recruit on her brother's hockey team. After she witnesses a shocking murder that thrusts her into a criminal investigation, she agrees to go undercover. But the deceptions and deaths keep piling up, and soon the threat strikes too close to home. How far will she go to protect her community if it means tearing apart the only world she's ever known? I'm trying to think about all the albums on this, all the songs on this. Let me get the... I don't want to ruin it. Let's see. Like maybe Clean, Out of the Woods, it seems. Maybe I Know Places. Maybe Bad Blood. I'm trying to see what songs I think would relate to this based on the synopsis. Either way, I'm excited. I think maybe I'll rate the book and then rate how well I think it relates to 1989 as an album, but I'll try to listen to this playlist with it. I am not very good at listening to music with lyrics when I read. Typically, the only song I ever listen to with lyrics is The Allocott, which is by The Nationals featuring Taylor Swift, funny enough. But it's such a chill song. Oh no, it is. This is specifically for Firekeeper's Daughter. I just read it. I hadn't read it before, but I'm excited about this. So I'll read this. I'll be back. I think after that I'll do Reputation and then the finale of the deluxe read. The deluxe just meant it came with like special things on top of it, like a bookmark and a keychain or something else. I can't quite remember, but I'm very hyped for this. So I'm gonna get into this and update you when I've read some. Okay, so last night I started and finished Firekeeper's Daughter. It was so good. It was so good. I stayed up till like 12:45 because I had to know how it ended. I really loved this book. I gave it a 5 stars. So the seller that I got this from Etsy related this book to the song Bad Blood, because this was the book for 1989. And I do think Bad Blood does fit this plot. There is some like backstabbing, but I also think Clean, which is my favorite song on 1989, could also relate to this book. I was like kind of surprised when this was the book for 1989, because when I think of it, I think of like Welcome to New York, Blank Space, Wildest Dreams, obviously. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I ordered the second one because there is a second one following a different character in this book series with the same setting and everything. But there is part of this that was like a little open-ended, and I really need the clarification on it. I tried Googling it. I couldn't find anything on it, so that's a big reason I ordered the second book right away, because I just gotta know. So I finished this kind of late last night, and I immediately wanted to open the next one, which was Reputation, and I did. I didn't do like a video of me talking through it, but I got The Unhoneymooners. And what's funny about this is last week I started the audiobook for it, and I was like 80% done with it. So I finished the audiobook today. The seller related this song to Delicate from Reputation, and I do think that also fits. Things are very delicate between the two like love interests in the book, and for like the female main character there's like a lot going on, not like per se her reputation, but just like a lot of personal growth with her and character growth. So I did think it fit the song well. Once again, like not a book I would think of in terms of Reputation, although I do think Reputation is like a lovey album, even though it's not always the vibe it gives off. This, when I finished it, I gave it a 2.5 because it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought I would like it less than I did. I liked the ending part and kind of like the drama there was within like the families, but it just like doesn't it's not as good as some of the other romances I read, so I gave it a 2.5. But I thought it related to the song very well, just like I thought this one related to the song well. So that leaves the last one. Now this is like the deluxe one I ordered from the seller, so it came with like some stickers, a keychain, and a fun little bookmark, and I just want to finally open this one. Ugh. So pretty. It's funny because there's one of the Polaroids is from like the original work for Red, and the other one is from Taylor's version, but it's so cute. The seller puts like so much effort into these, and I love it. I eat it up. So let me open this. I'm excited to see what song this one is going to relate to, because I didn't know if it was going to be like the vibe of an album, but it's a specific song, which I think is a good way to do it. Oh no. I got It Ends With Us, which I have not read. And I could see how this can relate to some songs off of Red, because I am familiar with it. But like I said earlier, there was like a little spot for you to like leave a note, and you could leave like your Goodreads, so the seller could see like books that you have read, and you could leave like a note on if like you don't want certain things like horror, gore, any like trigger warnings or anything like that. And in mine I said please no Colleen Hoover, because I just don't think she's an author for me. So I am curious about this book because it's a bestseller for sure. I might not fly through this one though. I might read it in pieces. So, but you know, now I have this book, so I will eventually be reading this in the near future, like this week. I will probably just read this in between other books, so I will give you some updates soon. I finished It Ends With Us yesterday. I did most of this on audiobook actually, and I liked it more than I originally thought I might, because I wasn't thrilled when I got this. I had wanted to read this or audiobook this at some point, because I was curious with like the movie that was recently filming for it, and you know, I've heard a lot about this. But I've only read one Colleen Hoover book other than this, and it was Ugly Love, and I did not enjoy that book particularly. And I didn't like love this book. I think books that heavily just revolve around trauma aren't quite my thing, which this book also did. And I'll get into that a little bit, but I still liked it more than I thought I would, which is good. I don't know if I'll get to the second one, especially because I know reviews for It Starts With Us aren't quite as good. But I will start with, I was pleased to find out that she did not actually write letters and send them to Ellen, but she used it as like a way to write a diary without having like a diary. She was like more confident and having it just be like letters to a celebrity, and it just so happened to be Ellen. So that wasn't quite as bad as I thought it would be. Another thing is like in her diaries, like when it would be like the flashback kind of, like that's how the author included like flashbacks, she was like very wise and like introspective on certain things, especially dealing with like Atlas. But then like anything surrounding her mother she had like no compassion, it seemed, until roles switched. And that was a little annoying because it makes sense for a 16-year-old, like, not maybe to see things a certain way and to be so affected by things she can't see like another side of it. But when you just make her so like wise and like compassionate about literally everything else, it just really like threw me for a loop in terms of like the character. Another thing was Ryle. Like at the end, everything just like still kind of works out for him, and like whether or not he like deserved it, he like legitimately needed help. Like at some point in the book he talks about how he went to therapy, that doesn't talk about if he's currently in therapy, and he like definitely needed anger management. That was clear before any of the like bad stuff happened, because I think bad stuff happened prior to that. But anyways, he definitely needed to go through like some sort of anger management, but they just like did nothing about it, when it can clearly be a problem in the future for so many people. But I won't get too into that. My favorite part was the best friend. I kind of forgot her name already. What do they call her? Oh god, I can't. Oh, Alyssa. Alyssa, yeah. And Marshall. They were my favorite part of this book. Hands down, my favorite part. I was kind of wishy-washy on which way Alyssa would go. I liked her. Literally, my favorite part of this. It would be the reason I would go to see the movie, is to see those two characters exclusively. But overall, I gave it a 3-star. I don't know if my rating system is bad, because I gave Ugly Love a 2-star, but I really didn't like Ugly Love. It really could be like a 1-star, and this could be a 2-star, because I gave other romance, like when I think of this compared to other romance books that I gave 3 stars, I like all the other ones a little bit more. So maybe this is like a 2.75, a 3, whatever it may be. I still liked it more than I thought I would. I do think it relates to Better Man. I think more than one character relates to Better Man. So I do think it fit the song. I do think it fit the album, honestly. I think there are other songs that could relate to this too, and other aspects of this book. But I'm happy to say I got it done. It took a little bit longer though than the other books did. So just to recap, these are the 3 books I read for the blind dates based off of Taylor Swift albums. I would say my favorite was Firekeeper's Daughter, which was for 1989. The Etsy seller related this book to Bad Blood. Definitely fits for sure. At first I thought it was an interesting album and maybe even song to go for, but I see it. My second favorite was The Unhoneymooners, which was for Reputation, and the song that the seller put it for was Delicate, which I can definitely see. And the last one, which was honestly pretty similar in terms of my feelings for these 2 books, but this is the last one, and it was for Red, and the seller related it to Better Man. Overall, it was really fun to do all the blind dates based on Taylor Swift albums, because I got to do 2 of my favorite things: listen to Taylor Swift music and read some good books. So I might do this again in the future. I'm definitely curious to do Folklore and Evermore, and maybe like Debut or something, or maybe Speak Now, because Taylor's version just came out. It's her most recent re-release. So let me know if you like this, if I should do more, and I'll have the Etsy seller down below. Thanks for watching.